One of my favorite trends at the moment is those knockout designs, and you can see them in pictures here. I've been wanting to do a video around it for a while, so here it is. And if you're wondering what this gorgeous specimen is behind me, this is something that I painted during a live stream. Yes, a live stream. If you missed that live stream, I'll leave an info card for it at the end of this video. My name is Kelly, and let's get clacking. So what I've done for this tutorial is I've gone through many different fonts that I have, and I've tried to find the ones that work the best for this knockout design. As you can see, I've used the word mom because it's Mother's Day coming up soon, so I figured that we'd be able to use those. But that's not to say that this is the only list of fonts that you'll be able to use. You can honestly use so many different types of fonts, and you can pretty much make it work with anything. These ones I've just found for me work the nicest. So we're going to try one of these, and I'm going to try the Franklin Gothic Demi Cond. That's the name of that font. So I'm just going to drag everything away, and I'm going to duplicate that word there and make it a little bit bigger so that we can play with that there. This is obviously an actual text, so you can change the text if you want. If you wanted to make it with your surname, or if you wanted to make it with your name and have something else, you can really do so many different types of things with this method, but obviously I'm just going to be showing you the method so we can use that here. So what I like to do for this is to make the spacing of the letters a little bit closer together. So I'm going to go to the text style panel, and we can move the character spacing in a little bit, or if you don't want to do that, you can always weld and manually move the letters together. I like to group them, and then we can start with the next text line, and you can honestly choose many different types of fonts, but let's just type in I love you. We already have the text style panel open, so we can use this to try and find the style of lettering that we want to go over it, and we want to have the knockout effect. So the last two ones that I've been testing are Ballerina and I Love Glitter. I Love Glitter is pretty much the most popular one at the moment, but I don't like it for a couple of reasons, and I will show you why. And I'm going to duplicate that, and I'm going to show this to you in Ballerina as well. And again, there are lots of different fonts that work with this method. It'll all boil down to personal preference, which kind of font you use. You can pretty much use any font for this method. It's completely up to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the I Love You, and we're going to add in some glyphs. Now, glyphs are only available in designer edition and above. So we double click on the words to open up the edit panel, essentially, where we can add in letters and things, type in things. And we go to the second panel at the top, which is the glyphs panel. And here you'll see most of the letters and things that we can already use. And here are some other ones. So these are the ones that people like to start and end them with. So I'm going to go to the end and then add that one. And maybe we can add in, instead of those ones, we could even have that, or we could have that in the beginning as well. I mean, it's totally up to you. So we can have that one there. Then with this one, we can do the same thing. So we open up the edit panel, and obviously that's a different font. So let's go back to the glyph panel. So I've just gone out of the glyph panel and gone back into it to kind of refresh it. And let's scroll down. Now with this one, I prefer this font because it has the little thingies on the individual letters. So instead of having it as an additional letter, they've actually changed the letters so that they look nicer, and you don't really have to do any editing on it. So here you can see it's got that stripe at the beginning of the letter. Highlight the I and change the I there, and then let's highlight the U. We're not going to use the same one because otherwise it'll look like that, which is a bit weird. We're rather going to scroll down a little bit further until we get one to the line is at the end, and we have that there. That's two different ways of doing that. And then we can carry on with the knockout part. So what we do here, you can pretty much hold it up above the design. You can make it bigger if you want. Let's just make this a little bit smaller, just to get the scale right. Then we go to the offset panel and we click offset. Now again, you can scale the offset as high or as low as you want. I want to try 0.4 because I think that 0.2 is a little bit small for this particular size. And now we have our offset, right? So we take these two, hold them over, and again, just check where they want to go. And then what you can do is you can align everything that it's in the middle if you want to get it smack bang in the middle. And then what we do is we select both the word and the offset. Okay, we're not selecting the text, we're selecting the offset. We go to the modify panel and then we click subtract. Okay, so that's what should happen, right? You can even delete these little bits if you don't want those tiny little bits there. That one is an example if you don't want them there. If you are having trouble with this method, and if you are seeing this happening to your design. That's got to do with the layering of the different elements. So we've got 3 different elements. We've got I love you, we've got I love you offset, and then we've got mom. Okay, so the way that the elements are layered affects what subtracts what. So as an example, if we let's just take the I love you away. So you won't necessarily notice that this error is happening, but if you select these 2 and click subtract, like I said, you see the funny thing happening. What you need to do there is you need to select mom, and you need to send it to back. So it needs to be right at the back layer. And again, you won't physically see any change in the design, but it affects the way that Silhouette handles the 2 designs. So you highlight them both, and then you click subtract, and there you have exactly what you want in your design now. So that's the way that I figured out that happens. So it's a nice, at least helpful tip for you to make sure that this is working properly. And then you can quite simply cut these things out of different materials if you want. So I'm just going to group up this. I'm first actually going to delete these little bits because I don't want them there. And then you can leave them there if you want, but I want to do this out of paper. So you can make that, let's say that's blue, and let's say this is going to be black. Then you can have it like that. You know, as I like to test things before they go live, that's exactly what it'll look like. And then you can just separate the 2 elements. You can cut that out of blue vinyl, and you can cut this out of black vinyl, and you can layer them on top of each other on a clear Perspex disc or on, you know, a bag or something like that. And it's a nice little addition to your mother's birthday card, or maybe even Mother's Day. Now, of course, you can use this method with many different applications. So as an example, we've got the mom, I love you. Then we can take a different style. Let's take this one, and you can use it for your name. So let's just make this a lot smaller, and let's use my surname as an example. I'm going to type this in all caps. Okay, make that a tiny bit smaller. It looks a little bit funky. So what we can do now is we take the text function again. All right, then we type in, I'm going to do this all in lowercase. I'm going to choose a font that I like. Check to see if this font has some nice glyphs that we can use. Okay, so it does. Let's just see if it has a nice J. Okay, and then let's see if it has a nice Y. Wrong one. Okay. Now I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to manipulate this so that it's a little bit taller. And I'm going to make this one a little bit shorter, because it doesn't have to go over the edges, right? So you don't have to have something like that where it goes over the edges. Because I mean, you can totally do that, but I want this one to be a little bit smaller. So let's just try it in the middle there. We can even center align them. And then let's do the offset. Do a 0.4 again, just to see. Yes, I like that. Okay. Then we take the offset and let's just group all the offsets together. Okay, let's take that away. Group those together. Bring those 2 together, center align. And then we can go to the modify panel, click subtract. Okay, so the layering was correct on this one. And now I want to group that again. And then we can bring that. What we can do is just kind of eyeball it. So that's another method that we can use for this. And that's quite a popular one at the moment, using the names for those kinds of things. If you wanted to do a smaller offset, we can do that as well. Let's just take a look at what a smaller offset would look like. Okay, so that's the smaller offset. Let's take that away. Let's take that away. Okay, let's release the compound path on this one, because what I actually want to do is I want to just keep these elements and I want to remove all of those. Then let's grab this again, group it so that you see it looks a little bit better there. So we take this one and we layer it over that one in the middle. We can use the shortcut bar at the top if we want. Then we use the knockout feature, the subtract, group that again. So you can really play around with this and see what the best is that you want it to be. Obviously, when it comes to, using a smaller offset, if you don't align things 100%, it's a lot less forgiving because you'll notice it a lot easier. So that's why I don't always like to have such a a thin offset, and that's why I kind of prefer to have the slightly thicker offset, because it just looks a little bit better. But that's quite simply what this method is. There are so many different applications of it. Let's choose a different color. Let's go with the purpley color, and let's have this one in black. So that's what it would look like. So we've got, you know, the mom and then the nameplate section. This would look lovely on a wooden board, a sign. So if you wanted to give this to somebody, it would definitely be a game-changing wedding gift. So thanks very much for joining. I hope that you found this useful, and that I hope that maybe I helped with some of the problems that you may be having with this design, especially when it comes to the different layers, and maybe just broadening your horizons a little bit. I make lots of crafting type content, so subscribe to my channel for more of these kinds of videos in the future. I've also included the Buy Me a Coffee link in the description. If you would like to help support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. Well, I hope to see you in the next video, and remember, be kind to someone. See you soon.